USC announced its new head football coach. Meet Lincoln Riley and learn about his plans for Trojan football.
The new COVID-19 variant could change your travel plans. Find out what countries are on the no-fly list.
The world has lost a creative visionary and pioneer in the couture and street fashion scene. We look back at Virgil Abloh's life and career. Annenberg TV News is next.
Live from USC, you're watching Annenberg TV News.
To win championships, to get this program to where we all know and believe that it should be, it's going to take every single one of us.
New head football coach Lincoln Riley has big plans for Trojan football. Good evening, I'm Brett Chody.
And I'm Michael Tseng. Annenberg Media sports reporter Emily Bonilla takes us to the Coliseum where President Carol Folt introduced Riley.
This afternoon, Lincoln Riley admitted it felt surreal to be here in Los Angeles. He said he's honored to be USC's head football coach. This afternoon, Riley said, quote, "It's time to go to work." He said he's committed to building the best staff in college football and that culture will be team first.
Fans are thrilled about the new head football coach. Annenberg Media reporter Nathan Hyun spoke with students and alumni about what they expect.
SC fans are ecstatic Riley is now a Trojan. The Sooners, on the other hand, are disappointed, even angry. Students at Oklahoma University put up signs near the center of campus calling Riley a traitor. We caught up with a few OU students to get their reaction.
I do wish that if Lincoln was to leave, he would have done so in a more graceful and respectable manner than he did.
It's just kind of a blindside to OU fans everywhere. I'm comparing it to the 2016 KD leaving for the Warriors, and in my opinion, kind of worse.
I mean, I hope the best for him at USC, but seeing his character with how he treated Oklahoma, I really don't think he's going to treat USC to the way it should be deserved.
Clearly, many OU students are taking this loss pretty hard. OU football has replaced Riley with former OU head coach Bob Stoops as the Sooners head into their bowl game. We'll have more on Lincoln Riley coming up later in sports.
President Biden announced an air travel ban from 8 countries in the southern part of Africa to combat the latest coronavirus variant called Omicron. The U.S. has banned travel from South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Lesotho, Eswatini, Mozambique, and Malawi. Non-U.S. citizens who were in these countries within the last 14 days will not be allowed into the United States. For Guyana Tseng, returning home for winter break could drastically affect her goals in the U.S. Now, some countries are starting to feel the economic effects of the travel ban.
The village where I live in was where Botswana gets most of its tourism, and I think it's going to mess it up a lot because they were expecting a lot of travelers from maybe the UK, the US, but I don't think that's going to be happening.
Cases of the virus have been identified in other countries including the UK, Spain, Canada, Denmark, Italy, Belgium, Germany, the Netherlands, Portugal, and Australia. The US has not imposed bans on travelers from these countries.
Today, the World Health Organization described the new Omicron variant as one of, quote, concern. That's because it's easily transmitted and has many mutations. Moderna says it's working on a vaccine for the Omicron variant that could be ready by early 2022.
The vaccines will either be fully effective against this variant or they may be a little less effective. It's really important that we vaccinate not just ourselves in this country, but that we vaccinate the world to finally get this pandemic under control.
What you're trying to do, you're trying to target this vaccine so that it really neutralizes, it produces antibodies that neutralizes the virus.
The CDC emphasizes the importance of getting vaccinated and getting the booster shot if eligible. Everyone should adhere to masking requirements and get tested if they start to feel sick, regardless of vaccination status. For more on the country's response to the Omicron variant, we go to our political reporter, Marco Ramirez.
Welcome to Fireside Facts. Today, President Biden responded to the latest news about the Omicron variant with a message to Americans.
All of this is confusing to a lot of people. But if it's confusing to you, let me close with this simple message. If you are vaccinated, but still worried about the new variant, get your booster. If you aren't vaccinated, get that shot. Go get that first shot.
The U.S. isn't the only country taking action against the variant. A few others have placed travel restrictions, including Australia, France, Germany, Greece, and Japan. I asked a UCLA biostatistics professor about the likelihood of the variant being in the U.S. already.
As we've learned from almost 2 years, this virus is very wily and really hard to contain. So Omicron, these variants do not get around our testing. So if Omicron is not here now, I suspect that it will be soon.
It's still unclear just how infectious Omicron is, but White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci says it will take approximately 2 weeks to have more definitive information on the severity of the variant.
Many students experienced an array of technical issues today while trying to schedule a COVID test on MySHR. Without a scheduled test, students are unable to access campus with Trojan Check. Student Health released a statement that they are aware of the issues with MySHR and IT has increased capacity to fix it. They said that an influx of users logging on around 9:30 this morning most likely caused the slowdown.
I've been trying to schedule a test since 9:30. My first class today is at 3:30, and I actually didn't go last week because I was sick. So I really wanted to go today, but I've been emailing my teacher and I just told her what was happening. And unless I can book a test, I won't be able to go to my class in person.
I think just the technological issues, they should have people trying to fix the back end of that right now. Because one, we can't go to class, and two, people are traveling from all over, so they should be able to get those COVID tests immediately.
Student Health says those who are unable to get an appointment online should walk up to any testing site on campus and refresh the schedule when they arrive, as appointments are added when there is high volume.
USC will be hosting its semi-annual Drug Take-Back Day this Wednesday. Students can drop off prescription drugs safely and anonymously at various locations across campus.
It's good public relations, but it doesn't seem like 100% of a solution, and it's a start. If you're dealing with people who are in recovery, the opiates are around. There's always for some of them, the temptations there.
There will be 4 drop-off locations across the UPC and HSC campuses. While this event allows for students to get rid of unused prescriptions, the president of a drug awareness group on campus wants to see more from the university regarding drug safety.
While the Take Back Day is kind of one thing it's definitely a great thing to do, I don't think that is the primary issue affecting USC students, that being, extra prescription drugs floating around.
The USC School of Pharmacy is also working with a student-led group on a website designed to distribute drug safety kits. These kits will include Narcan and drug testing strips to help prevent overdoses.
Students reflect on the life of Virgil Abloh, the creative director of Louis Vuitton and founder of Off-White.
Residential assistants will be going on strike this Friday, demanding better compensation.
And check out a clothing line founded by a woman trying to empower others through fashion.
Worried your friend's struggling but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could write them a text or knit them a sweater. If you can't be together, you could write them a letter.
Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking.
You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch. However you do it, you gotta ask a friend. And if they don't share, you can ask again.
Whatever gets you talking. Whatever gets you talking.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go.
Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Virgil Abloh, CEO of Off-White and designer for Louis Vuitton Men, died of cancer at age 41. Abloh fought cancer privately for 2 years while still working in the fashion industry. Abloh founded Off-White in 2013, making it a popular name in streetwear and on the carpet. In 2018, Abloh was named the first Black artistic director for Louis Vuitton Men. He steered fashion in a new direction by challenging gender norms.
So I think that, like, in the way that I view fashion in a Virgil Abloh context is I really appreciate things that are timeless, that you can repurpose and remake and recontextualize.
It's just really sad that someone like him just suddenly passed away, because I actually wanted to meet him like one day, like probably doing like fashion design or something like that. It's really helped me like push my creativity to the next level, and that's something I would like to see more at USC.
Abloh's legacy will be remembered through fashion, music, and culture worldwide. His artistic expression formed a new identity and paved the way for future designers.
USC residential assistants are planning to go on strike this Friday. They're frustrated over what they say is a lack of housing and dining compensation, as well as decreases in financial aid packages. The organizing committee is encouraging students to sign the online petition in its Instagram bio and reach out to the offices of residential education and student affairs to voice any concerns.
They're not making it as big of a problem as it should be. Like we're here, we're promoting engagement in our community. We're first line of our residents with residential education, so I feel like more attention should be put into it, and everyone should be compensated fairly for the job.
It's like they want you to do all these, to make all this effort for these residents on campus, but they don't really want to make an effort for you.
The USC RA Organizing Committee released a list of their demands on Instagram. They include amnesty for all RAs, a stipend of $10,000 per semester to compensate for the reduction in financial aid, and a seat at the table for the RA Advisory Board in higher-up meetings. Now, children, as you may have noticed, things are getting cold, and the weather is turning California from a sunny state into a winter wonderland. So let's go to Julia, our weather anchor, to learn more about our 5-day forecast. Julia?
Thanks, Michael. There's not really any cool national days today, but it is Cyber Monday, to which I will say, please be careful, as the carbon footprint on Cyber Monday is kind of ridiculous. So try to limit your purchases, like if you really need something, or if you want to buy a present, a gift for someone, I don't know, maybe me, then it would be okay. No, but my gift to you guys is the final forecast of the Mondays of the semester. It is currently 71 degrees with 35% of humidity. Coming on over to the 5-day forecast. Tuesday, high of 75, low of 52. Wednesday, high of 78. Kind of warm, maybe the beach, low of 52. Thursday, high of 70, low of 50. Friday, high of 68, low of 50. And Saturday, high of 68, low of 50. 2 days in a row. Wow. We are entering exam season. If you guys need any help on any homeworks or projects, let me know. The only compensation I ask for is for someone to take my GE exam. It is geology. Please help. I'm just kidding. Please don't expel me. For the final time, I'm going to toss it on over to sports.
Just ahead, we'll hear again from new head football coach Lincoln Riley and find out why fans are so excited. Current and former athletes took to social media to comment on the Lincoln Riley hire. What did they have to say about the new coach? Riley is inheriting a difficult situation at USC. How quickly can he bring the Trojans back to the forefront of college football? Sports is next.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
New head football coach Lincoln Riley pledged to make USC football a team every Trojan can be proud of. Here's what he had to say today at the Coliseum.
We plan on building the best roster in the country and within that locker room, the best culture in the country. It's not about the individual players here. It's not going to be. We're not going to let it be. Culture will be team first, and we will have a room of great athletes. Yes, they will, but they're going to be people that care about winning championships, winning rings, holding up trophies, raising banners, and that's.
Riley is one of college football's most successful young coaches in the country. He spent 5 years at Oklahoma with immense success along the way. Riley will come to USC with a 55-10 coaching record after 5 seasons as a Sooner. He has 4 Big 12 Conference championships and 3 college football playoff appearances. Riley was also named the 2018 Best Co-Big 12 Coach of the Year. An emotional Riley said his thanks to the Sooners. Under Riley, quarterback accomplishments and honors include Baker Mayfield, who won the Heisman Trophy in 2017, Kyler Murray in 2018, and Jalen Hurts as the Heisman runner-up in 2019. Riley's history of coaching Heisman-winning quarterbacks should be appealing to true freshman quarterback Jackson Dart. The freshman has shown flashes of being USC's quarterback of the future and will now have a full offseason to train with the new head coach. Riley's hire means high expectations for USC's football program and a likely shift in the successful recruiting. USC football stars past and present have been reacting to the buzz via Twitter, from Drake London to Reggie Bush, Matt Lyman, and Leonard White. Emotions continue now that Riley has spoken at the Coliseum. Let's check in with Matt Andrad for more on how Riley's hiring could impact recruiting.
Thanks, Emily. With Lincoln Riley's departure, Oklahoma is seeing recruits drop like flies from upcoming recruiting classes. Many of these recruits could be looking to join Riley at USC. The most notable recruits decommitting from Oklahoma include the number 1 wide receiver in 2023, Brandon Innes, number 5 running back in 2023, Trayvon Webb, and number 2 quarterback in 2022, Malachi Nelson. The number 2 running back in 2022, Rillick Brown, is expected to decommit soon, and both he and Nelson are from Southern California and have been heavily targeted by USC. USC has a good chance of salvaging this year's recruiting class with Riley's recruiting prowess and the potential addition of some of OU's decommits. Riley will now not be moving to Los Angeles alone. McGowan was seen talking with Alex Grinch, who will be USC's new defensive coordinator. Along with Grinch, Riley brings more staff from Oklahoma with him, including the Sooners wide receivers coach, offensive line coach, and strength coach. Athletic Director Mike Bohn and his Chief of Staff, Brandon Sosna, are the masterminds behind the decision to hire Lincoln Riley. Bohn was looking for a championship caliber coach, and that's exactly what he found. It's apparent Bohn is hiring the best coach available, but are USC fans in for a long rebuilding process? Emily, how much time will it take before the Trojans are competing for a national championship again?
You know, Matt, I really think we don't have to wait too much. Here we have not just next season to await, but I think we can start going on with this in preseason practices. I mean, the fact that we have Jackson Dart in all his might and what he has shown for this season as a true freshman, but let's not forget that we still have Kedon Slovis. And This new coaching staff is going to bring so much potential to USC and what we have to offer as a team.
Lincoln Riley could bring this team to the college football playoff as early as next season. He has the two things you need to have to be a great college football coach: great recruiting and great ability to develop players. He has both of those, and then the Pac-12 schedule, it's just not that difficult. The two teams in the championship game this weekend are Oregon and Utah. Oregon lost to a Stanford team that lost 7 games straight after beating Oregon, and Utah lost to San Diego State and BYU early in the season. The teams just aren't that great in the Pac-12 schedule, and USC can take advantage and get to the Pac-12 title game and eventually the college football playoff. That's it for sports. Now back to news.
Hear from the creator of a streetwear line whose goal is to empower women through fashion.
Lávate las manos por 20 segundos como Elmo.
Hay algo especial acerca de este lugar. Se siente como un hogar, una sala debajo del cielo y los árboles, rodeado de aire fresco y la naturaleza. Todo aquí para que lo disfrutemos y para que lo cuidemos. Tenemos la responsabilidad de cuidar de esta tierra que llamamos casa, de preservarla para las generaciones que vienen. Cada acción pequeña contribuye para un cambio mayor, y cada uno de nosotros podemos hacer la diferencia. Hay algo especial acerca de este bosque. Es un lugar donde se hacen recuerdos, y juntos podemos preservarla y protegerla.
Now it's time for our segment, Making a Difference, when we feature people doing something unique for their community.
The name of the clothing line created by Rachel Gomez is about more than just fashion. Viva la Bonita is designed to send a message about pride.
Viva la Bonita is a women's streetwear and apparel brand inspired by the spirit of the mujeres who are fearless.
The San Fernando Valley native launched her business with just a few bucks in her pocket and never looked back.
I knew that I was ready to take Viva la Bonita full time was when I saw how powerful the Latina community that we grew on the internet was, and how much a brand like Viva la Bonita was needed.
Viva la Bonita means long live beautiful, powerful women, and it's been the brand of choice for many women of color the past 7 years.
It helps me embrace my culture, and the word bonita just gives me more confidence to be me.
While it hasn't always been easy for Gomez, she thanks her family for their support, especially her grandmother, Margarita Sanchez Duran.
The best advice that she gave me was very simple. She was like, you just have to do what you have to do to make it work with what you have.
Gomez wants to inspire women to go towards their dream.
Really believe in yourself and have patience with your journey's time and your journey's pace.
She says, be a part of something you love.
That's a wrap!
For Annenberg Media, I'm Lupe Llerenas.
Well, that's it for the show for today, but Brett, this is the first time that I've seen you in person at our desk. always been so used to just listening to your voice and hearing your little voice etiquette from the mic.
Yeah, I know, Michael. It feels so good. We're both here with COVID and everything. We have had to be doing this from 2 different parts of the media center, but it's great to interact with one another. And, you know, I can't believe it's our last show. The semester has just flown by.
I know. I'm so glad to have anchored with you, and I can remember all the moments, all the bloopers, and all the highlights that we've had just doing this show together.
Seriously, it's just been so great, and now I got a lot of work to do this week with finals and everything, but I'm just so happy that this semester has gone so well.
I know Christmas is coming up, and I'm obviously going to be celebrating, but how about you? What are you up to?
I'll be back home in Chicago and just being with my family, so very excited for that.
I'll be in sunny LA studying for finals and getting ready for that end of semester grind, but I know that all of us at Annenberg Media are so happy to have done this show this semester, and thank you all so much.